So you've got your VMS there to manage your contingent workforce interactions, and now you've got services procurement systems there to manage the services procurement side of things alongside that. And actually, if you look at those two blocks of spend, quite often the services procurement side of it is 6 to 10 times the size of the kind of like, contingent workforce, traditional contractor side of it. So the drive to do it, the drive for change, AI is taking away the excuses. It's massively enabling the solutions, and the amount of spend, the visibility on that spend, and the urgency on what are we doing with that spend has just really pushed it to the front of people's minds. So I'm expecting it to be certainly a big topic of conversation at the Dallas CWS Summit. But you've got more and more companies that are actually doing something with it now, more and more MSPs that have specialists that are purely there to understand that side of the problem and engage with that different stakeholder group within end organizations. So it is definitely moving in the right direction. But I think so one of the areas you were talking about in the article was, you were saying, and this is very true, by the way, you were saying your VMS, contract system, intake tools, and analytics dashboards need to integrate or at least align. So it kind of comes back to what we were saying about the tech needs to talk to each other. But I would look at that kind of like VMS, contract system, intake, analytics dashboard for services procurement specifically. I would personally look at that, and obviously I have a specific view on this, but I would personally look at that as that's something that's been around for a while, and it's something that hasn't necessarily led us to this panacea where all the problems are solved. I'm not saying there's one way to do everything, but what do you, when you look at these situations where maybe it isn't that well connected, what do you see as the typical workflow when people take that type of approach in terms of what they're actually doing within an organization?
Yeah, making sure I understand the question. So when they do have disparate systems, what that workflow is looking like, is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, because you can end up with kind of like swivel chair situations.
Well, that was what I was gonna. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just have these disparate processes that are owned by different teams using different technologies, and it just becomes very chaotic. I mean, it's the antithesis of what the solutions that we're going for are, right? It's the genesis of why these types of things are needed, because you have just things done differently in different systems. If they don't talk, obviously there's value loss, data corruption, going from one system to the next, is particularly if it is a manual swivel chair approach. We do see that a lot, and there's just a communication breakdown, to put it bluntly, in terms of what it is you're trying to get done, of what you're trying to achieve, right?